also, but it did kind of depreciate the combat tricks where you could play a like a mimic and mimic your opponent's legendary to kill it. So did that as well. So obviously we're going to play first. This is one of the flying troops. So most of this is going to be a race on both of these matches. We'll go ahead and keep this. So we've got a nice aggressive opening here. Seems pretty good. Now if he bounces and tempos all of our stuff, we lose, but we'll see what happens. Of course, tempoing a Honeycap seems pretty bad. If he tosses back this hand, that puts us in good shape. Yep, that puts us in good shape, so goes to 6. He might be in another shard. Okay, he just tossed again, so things are looking really good for this first match for us. Okay, so he mulls to 5 and puts us in a really good position to win here, so hopefully that'll be good enough for us, because we've got a nice fast hand here. We may need to speed up our deck a little bit by dropping another 7-drop or something out of the deck. So looking at his hand, it's his priority right now. Okay, in phase. So this is round 3, and looks pretty good for me right now. I did get to go first as well, so that's always good. I won the coin toss. That's priority. He might be overseas or something. That's why it might be taking him a little bit of time to pass priority. So he's in 2 different shards, so that's going to make it a little bit tougher for him to make sure, you know, he has to get both of those shards. But, you know, this is definitely a huge flying deck for him, so it's going to give me fits in the late game, I'd say. So I should get some damage through with the Feral Ogre, but on turn, you know, after he drops his 3rd shard, he can start throwing out, what's his name, the guy that tempos things. So I'll probably play another Feral Ogre on this next turn, and then play the Root Dancer and buff the Feral Ogre with it. Buffalo. Interesting choice for deck. Same choice, though. I'm not going to attack. I don't want to give up a Feral Ogre for a Buffalo. There's a Honeycap, so again, tempos that. That would be really bad for him. So we'll go ahead and play our Ogre here. And play our Root Dancer next turn, and then play our Shard. Toss out our dude. Pass the turn. Have a really big Feral Ogre on this next following turn to swing with. So, if we had a swing there, we would have done it and then done all that in our second main phase. But we really didn't. It's a pretty bad trade for us. So, we can play Buccaneer now and bounce one of my guys, possibly. Which would be really good if he did. Really want to play Honeycap here. I think I want to wait a turn anyways to get him a little bit bigger. The Root Dancer's better. Inner conflict for that guy? Sure. That's perfectly fine. It's better to throw it on that guy than on Honeycap or Boulder Brute. So play our Root Dancer first, buff the Feral Ogre, swing away. Should be 5 damage because he should take this. This would be a pretty bad trade for him to make at this point in the game. I mean, it just makes like a chump block. So swinging through with this nice Feral Ogre. Plus we do get 2 damage. Plus he has the crush damage, so that's always helpful. He swings back. We'll just take the 2 because that gives us 7 in return. There's no reason to block this Buffalo. could play a Honeycap or we could play the Sensei. I'm kind of getting greedy. I kind of want to wait and play the Honeycap. It depends. If he has resources up to counter it. No, he doesn't have the thing for it. He's got Exile for Root Dancer, maybe? So I'm going to have to side in some removal for that. Sure. Big surprise there. I still get a lot of damage through here. So we'll probably go ahead and just get greedy and play the Honeycap, I guess. I guess that's not really that greedy, though. That's be more aggressive play. Sure, I'll take 2. 5 in response to that seems pretty good. We're pretty far ahead here. We've got him on a 3-turn clock with this Feral Ogre. Boulder Brute's another 5/5, which will body that will drop. There's a Briar Legion, so that's definitely worse. So we'll just go to our attack step, swing through, and then play the Honeycap, which can block his guy. That's another reason to play the Honeycap here. I'm surprised, again, we didn't see any dwarves. Nobody went dwarves in this whole, like, thing. It's just, I think if there was a dwarf player, they must have lost in the first rounds or something. There was a lot of good dwarf cards that went around. Okay, so we're going to play our Honeycap here. Yep, nice big Honeycap for him. Not as big as he could have been, but still big enough that it'll block his tiny little buffalo. And put him on, still on a 2-turn clock. His clock doesn't change by playing that Honeycap. You know, in an open board state. But, yeah. If he floods here, that's good for us. Mesmerize for our Feral Ogre, sure. So keeps drawing his removal, so that's good for him. I wonder how many Solitary Exile he has in the deck. So I'm just going to side in 1 response for that Exile. Right now, unless I see another one in the deck. 2 Briar Legions. So that's pretty good. Back-to-back Briar Legion. We'll go to our attack step and swing through with Honeycap. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's going to block still. So he can take 4 damage here. Maybe he will. I'm on the last round. See, I told you she'd be mad. I know what time it is. I know what time it is. Yeah, I'd rather have a nice big Briar Legion. We're just gonna go that way. So swings for 2, I take 2. It's like I'm playing the threats and he's playing the removal. He's the controller, I'm the offensive attacker. Exhaust target troop. He can't do it this turn. It's going to take him a turn because he can't activate his ability yet. I think I'm coming too fast for him. I don't think he's going to be able to stabilize out of this. Another 4/4 hitting the table. He can't even really attack. So he does. He has no blockers. lucky that Briar Legion isn't any bigger. Alright, so I'm going to swing through the Honeycap and then play Boulder Brute. Actually, I want to play Briar Legion and Sensei will be better. So I get more cards on the field. Briar Legion's going to be a 4/4 anyways. That is such an impressive start to that deck, to this deck. I mean, really got a good hand here. Wait a minute, they all become 4/4? Oh wow, they buff each other. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just each additional one. Well, I guess I learned something new today. Well, there you go. So, should I even put this thing in here? Where is it? I don't even know if I need to put that in here. I guess I can trade it for effigy. Pheromones or something. Yeah, I'm gonna trade it for Pheromones. No, I'll trade it for effigy. Just one in case he plays that thing again on me. I have to expect there was a decent amount of diamond stuff being passed around, so. So hope that we get another crazy go nuts hand again, like last time. And we'll just steamroll again. Would be good. I drew a Honeycap that time, which was pretty good for us. Alright, let's see if we can make it happen here. Didn't see a lot of offense out of this guy, so this timer's kind of running down as well. My timer's showing 30 minutes for some reason. Okay, chooses to play. We'll see if he mulls again. See, he did mull last game, so that was pretty bad. So, ugh, this is pretty ugly. I'm gonna keep it though. So I have the Sensei, which should give me an additional card draw, so, and I have a bunch of shards and stuff in the deck, so it definitely has a better hand this time. He mulled a 5 last time, so it was kind of like a non-game. So now it's for reals. Alright, well that's already better. So we're looking pretty good here. We just need to draw one more shard and we'll be able to play this Honeycap and Laboratory, and that'll keep us in business. We can throw away like Tyrannosaurus Hex if we need to. If he bounces our Sensei, that would be like the best thing ever for us. With like some sort of, we didn't see that he has it, but chances are pretty good he has some sort of tempo cards in there. Like a Buccaneer of some sort. 2 Honeycaps. So we just need to draw one more wild shard and we'll be in business. We can just start dropping Honeycaps, which are really bad for him to tempo. Alright, so now we're in the business of playing lots of Honeycaps. Lots and lots of them. And we're pretty close to playing this 5/5 Boulder Brute because it's gemmed for that socket line. Yeah, there's that buffalo he liked so much last time. So we'll take 2 damage from that buffalo. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Nice to draw a 3-drop of some sort here. I guess that'll do. So, no reason to swing with this guy. Same reason as last time. If he swings with his buffalo, it puts him in a bad position. He should. I mean, we'll take the 2 damage. It won't be a big deal. Next turn we got Honeycaps coming down, so that seems pretty good. No real reason to play the Secret Lab. We've got plenty of offensive plays here. Secret Lab is mostly to just throw away those late shards or other cards to get us to where we want to go. So yeah, I think he's either he has a slow connection or he's overseas or something, because he's taking some time to pass these priorities back and forth, so he's losing out on the clock, taking some time damage there. Life drain on this guy, so that could be helpful, except when I have a Honeycap on the board that kills it outright. Should have swung there because it's a bad trade for me to make. I guess he just doesn't want to give up his buffalo. Okay, so Root Dancer. Yeah, let's just do our Root Dancer routine, I guess. Just happen to draw another. So Root Dancer plus Feral Ogre seems pretty good. Then we'll go offensive here. Swings for 2, we'll just take the 2, the other 2. Yeah, we'll take 4 from him if he swings, but that's that's fine. We'll just go offensive here. So it'll gain 2 back. We'll take 4. Or we could throw a Battle Hopper in front of something we need to, but we don't really need to. So taking the 4 damage is pretty incidental here. I'd rather just get offensive. We get a Honeycap next turn anyways. Oracle Song to draw, so he's digging. So that's kind of good for us for this turn, because he won't have any other plays. So he should swing here. Yep, so okay, so he just swings for his 2. We'll take 2, he'll gain 2. Sure. So we're only dealing 3 damage net to him every turn. He's dealing 2 to us. We're still ahead on damage if that's the way he's going to swing. Should have swung with his buffalo, because that's a pretty bad trade for me across the board. I only have 1 resource. I mean, there's a chance I could have had a wild growth there, so maybe that wasn't a great choice for him, but so so Honeycap blocks most of his stuff anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and play the shard first to buff Feral Ogre, or actually we'll buff Sensei to get more damage through. And attack step, swing with Sensei and Ogre. Second main phase, we'll play a Boulder Brute, because Honeycap could still get bigger. Boulder Brute won't. So, right now Honeycap is just as big as Boulder Brute, but they could get bigger. Surprised he has no flyers in this deck so far. I mean, I guess he can give his guy flying, but I don't think it'll make a difference with the damage output I have right now. I think he could give this guy flying, but Oracle Song, he's still digging, so that's really good for me right now with the offense I've got on the table. I mean, I'll be swinging through for 10, 13 damage here. He's at 9, he'll have to block with something. If I draw a combat trick for this Sensei, that's pretty bad, so he's going to conflict that guy. So we did draw his removal, so there you go. That helps a little bit. He conflicted the wrong guy if he wanted to swing, though, because he has 0 resources, so now he has no swing. He could have given his guy flying. Okay, so just wants to sit on this board state. Okay, so I don't really want to swing the Sensei because I don't want to give him free life. I guess I can just survival the fittest this guy here. That seems pretty good. I can survival the fittest this guy with my Feral Ogre. Sure, let's do that. So we're going to do that, which will allow me to swing through with Sensei and Boulder Brute. Just doing that before combat so he doesn't have a chance to block. no other plays here for the rest of the turn, so we'll just pass the turn. He might have to chump off my 5 damage here. 3, 4, 6. Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's in a pretty bad position, but he does have 5 cards in hand for removal. I have 4, 3 of which are big troops that he'll have to deal with every turn. So, except for maybe the T-Hex. He's got to have lots of removal at this point, hopefully for him, for his own sake. Yeah, his offense is pretty low in this deck. He's mostly removal. Storm Colossus, okay. That's respectable. So, I can buff something to get to that point, but he can't really swing with it, because if he does, I just swing back with a lot of damage. I just have to wait till I have enough damage to kill him. So, if I swing right now, I'll have... He'll probably kill... He could kill this guy, and I'll deal 5, so it's not really worth it yet. So we'll just go ahead and play our Honeycap and our Brave, and just send a Sports State. Play some Honeycapage. So, nice 6/6 Honeycap to match up against his Storm Colossus. Seems pretty good. We're ahead on damage, so we're doing really well here. So, go ahead and pass the turn, and next turn we'll have a... We can attack with a Honeycap, and it probably won't even trade that. Next turn we'll be able to play Tyrannosaurus Hex as well. Yeah, he keeps top decking shards. Buccaneer. I hope if he Buccaneers my Honeycap, that's going to be so funny for me. He Buccaneers. Sensei would be a bad Buccaneer target. He Buccaneers the... I'm not sure why he just chose to do that. But whatever. Strictlift Pegasus. Okay, sure. So he still doesn't have a swing here. I'm not sure why he did that. He'll have a swing next turn with these 2, and he'll have the Colossus to help him. But he just gave me a 12/12 Honeycap. I'm not sure why. If I top deck a resource here, that would be pretty good. So top deck a resource. So I can buff the Boulder Brute and send that in. Yeah, so we want to buff that first. We'll buff the Boulder Brute, accept, resolve. And then I'll play Honeycap in the second main phase. We'll just go ahead and send that Boulder Brute through. He's going to have to block with something. Storm Colossus. He's counting on Storm Colossus to win his games. I'm guessing he has more tempo cards to deal with my stuff. So, yeah. Really big Honeycap. A 13/13 Honeycap. Seems pretty bad, especially if I can give it Crush. And I do have Wild Aura in the deck. So next turn I've got a lot of damage coming through. He doesn't really even have an attack phase here, because if he attacks with either one of these guys, he just doesn't have it. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't read the card. Apparently he's pretty new, so he did pretty well to make it this far if he's new to the game. A lot of people that had alpha access didn't even play in alpha, so it's worth mentioning. So the skill level of players in draft especially can vary very widely, as we have seen. So I actually got a pretty easy draft, actually. The people I'm playing against, people who were not your isn't in grip, so enjoy your packs. least I didn't resolve the bird. I got to resolve the bird for once. So there you go. That's how you do it. And it's midnight, so I get a chest. Or actually I get 5 packs. I get 20,000 gold. So yeah, I can't stay up any longer because my wife will like strangle me